I'm from Lexington, Kentucky. Grew up on the north side of town, Winburn. Around junior year, kind of got lax to try to fit in certain areas. And you know how that goes. You try to fit in somewhere that you're really not supposed to be. So you go down paths that lead you the wrong way.
Damarcus came with his major barrier being his background. So he had some charges that were maybe about a year old and was having a lot of trouble finding employment because of those charges. So he came here to try to get some help finding work. And that's kind of what we started off, just looking for jobs. And he got a job very quickly. And I think the second day, he found himself back in trouble with the justice system.
Got in trouble in 2020 from bottled up anger, did some things I wasn't supposed to do. A couple years later, got in trouble again. I got violated on my probation. And the only way to not get sent back to jail was I become a drug court participant. At that time, I was just like, I gotta do something productive to keep myself out of trouble. So when I was on probation, I got sent to a rehab in Louisville, and the lady from the Goodwill up there came there and showed us about the RISE program. And I didn't know about the IGNITE program at that moment. She told us about the RISE program. We did like the first 2 classes up there. So when I came home, I came up here and see if they had the RISE program, but they told me they had the IGNITE program for people under 25. At this time, I was 24 and 6 months from being 25, so I jumped on it. So that day was when I met my career coach for the first time. They welcomed me in with open arms and hands, smiles. So I couldn't turn that down, so from that day forward, I had all the support I needed, really. They showed up to court dates, resources that I needed, jobs they were hiring, all that. They led me down the path that they led me down a path that I needed to go down to get to where I am now. So that's a little bit about it.
So the IGNITE 2.0 program was a partnership, and it was grant funded. So it was a partnership between the Department of Labor and Goodwill Industries International. And our demographic that we served was 18 to 24-year-olds who live in Fayette County in Lexington, who have some sort of criminal justice system involvement or were a high school non-completer. So that was kind of who we were looking for. All of our clients were experiencing barriers to education or employment. So it's really important when clients do come to us that we have a very individualized approach. The enrollment process and what they go through there is the same for everybody, but that is kind of where that stops. We shift into that person. So one of our main goals was to treat the whole person, not just the education and the employment. We wanted to know, what is your life like? What are you struggling with on a day-to-day basis? What are your individual needs? So for our young adults, that's especially important because a lot of these clients came from the foster care system and had aged out. A lot of our clients grew up with parents that were incarcerated, or still may be incarcerated, and just didn't have the guidance of an adult to show them how to be responsible, how to pay bills, how to find an apartment, how to look for a job. So based upon what each of the kids need and the skills, the life skills that they lacked, we took a look at all of that as we made their goal plans so that we were treating that same person with what they need. They may not need the same thing as the next person, or they may have less family support than the next person. So the approach that we take was different for each of our clients. And I think what that allowed us to do was build rapport and have a personal relationship outside of just helping them navigate life. We built a relationship with them, which kept them coming back, kept them engaged, and I think led to a lot of the successes that we had.
I walked in and it was just It was a bunch of people, so y'all like me, I don't like spaces with a bunch of people in them that I don't know. So, I mean, I walked in, checked in. She came up, introduced herself, asked me what I had going on, asked me where I wanted to be, asked me the things that, like, what I had going right now, what I need help in, what areas could she improve my decision making in, and how she could help me mentally or in any other way she could. So that was pretty good. And the people here were pretty nice to me too, the front desk clerks. I even had a couple of friends that came up that was in the same class as me, so that made it a little bit better. Now, thanks to Ignite, I currently work for Lexington and Fayette County Urban Government Waste Management Division. I started as a groundsman for 3 months. Then one of the transport drivers became a truck driver, so I took my shot at becoming the transport driver. What I do on a daily basis is every morning I pick the groundsmen up from base, I take them out to their assigned trucks, get them out there in a timely manner. When they finish their routes, I pick them up, I'll take them back to base, or if a person has to be taken from one truck to another, or if somebody has like a doctor's appointment, they have to leave early, I'll go pick them up, take them back. So basically, I'm just moving people around and helping them out throughout the day. The support system was really important for me because even with the mistakes I made, getting in trouble again, in and out of jail, they still showed up even when come to see me when I was in incarceration, court dates, giving me updates about what they got going on the outside. So when I got out, I could come step right back in. My career paths, I tried a couple different ones. I tried the welding, I didn't complete because I had a lot going on. I did customer service and food handlers, completed those. I worked at Five Guys for a while I was still doing the program. But after a certain amount of time, I got a little bit more stable doing drug court and sober living and stuff. I was able to obtain my CDLs. So my current goal right now is to become a driver for my current job. I wouldn't say there was just one moment, but multiple moments where I'm like, I don't want to do this. That they're persistent at me, talking about, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. And in my head, I'm like, I don't think I can do it, but it's the constant motivational push to do better for yourself, not just for somebody else, or because somebody else wants you to do it. I think that was the moment for me. Hannah, for sure. She's my career coach. She's the GOAT, I ain't gonna lie. Every time I need something, she's there. If I need resources, she's there. If something's coming up that I can take advantage of and get into, she'll tell me about it. It's like having that head coach that always barking on the sidelines, doing right or wrong, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's plenty of ways to benefit yourself and the people around you by coming to Goodwill, because you being hesitant to do something only means you're nervous or scared, and fear is your biggest enemy. If someone's hesitant to come in here to the Goodwill, I would tell them Goodwill's not just for the clothes.